Good morning, everybody. KT here with Wise Images Photography, and today we are going to talk about 3 tips to help you with your bird photography. And we aren't even going to go over camera settings at this time, but if you try these tips, it will definitely improve the quality of your images. And if you stick around to the end, I'll also go ahead and share with you how you can also increase the quality of your images with other photography genres as well. So let's get going. Guys, I'm like recording. Check this. It's a great blue heron. Like literally, here we go. We're gonna move over. He just like totally just got something in the water. There he goes. Oh, that was awesome. Sweet. All right. So, did I even say what I was supposed to say? I don't know. I got really excited there. That was like really super cool. Number 1, get on eye level. I am still cracking up about what just happened. But anyways, the eyes are very important in your photographic images. And yes, there are times when you break the rules and you are not going to have eyes in the shot. But when you have your eyes in shot, I suggest getting on level because it will create a more intimate photographic experience. So basically, get on the ground and get a little dirty and get the shot. In this image, I should have gone lower to make it a much better image. Now, on the other hand, if your bird is up higher than you, what I would do is I would look in the opposite direction and see if there's maybe a hill or a cliff or something. Is there something over there that you could try to climb so that you could elevate yourself to be able to get eye level with the bird? Now, if the bird is in the tree, you don't want to walk right up to the bird because then you're kind of like this and you're looking straight up the bird, right at the feet and then right at the belly. If you stand back a little bit, you can get more of the bird in shot. Number 2, watch your background. Now, I've mentioned this one before. Here's the disadvantage that I sometimes feel that we have as bird photographers or wildlife photographers. We can't just be like, hey, excuse me, I really don't like your background. Do you mind if we move? We can't really do that. So it's up to us to be the ones who move. So we have to kind of look and survey the scene and the area and see what is going to make that best shot. What you want to do is you want to look for areas where it's not super dense, because if you have more space between the object and your background, like your subject and your background, you're going to create more depth of field. Whereas if it's a little bit, and it's going to be that nice shallow depth of field, that bokeh that you're looking for. But when it's a little bit closer, it's going to be harder to get that depth of field that you're really looking for because the objects are a little bit closer. So you want to look for less dense areas. You want to look where there's a little bit more space. Remember to move forward or backward, left or right, so that you can change what is happening in the background. Now, in this particular image, there was a stick in the foreground, and all I did was a quick little step to the left, and I got that stick away from the bird, and now you can have a clear shot of the bird. The same rule applies to changing the background. Looking back at these images, I probably should have stepped back a little bit, but I still like them. Let's talk a little bit more about your background. Make sure that you include some textures. When you look at this picture of the tree swallows that I took, this picture has a lot going on with it. It has symmetry going on. It has reflections going on with it. I'm also using the rule of thirds. Also, because I'm a little bit wider open, you're able to see how beautiful the state of Florida is in the background. You're also seeing some tree swallows that are kind of out and about and away from the tree. And basically by combining all of those compositional tricks or tips, however you want to look at it, and taking in more of the actual scene, we are creating a more interesting photograph. In this shot, once again, I should have gone lower. I think a lot of the reasons why I haven't been going lower lately is because I have been having all those leg issues, and so if I was just out for that day, I couldn't get a little bit lower. I should have just crawled on my belly and just went for it. But in this picture, you do have some texture going on. And this is also a good example of what I was talking about with the distance of the different objects. When you look at the first set of reeds that are next to the great blue heron, you notice that they are soft, but they also give a little bit of texture. But then the next set of reeds that are a little bit further away, those are even softer. So in this image, you are getting texture as well as getting that depth of field. And in this particular image, it really showcases what I was explaining earlier about how you have your subject, you have the object, and then a further away object. You can actually see in this picture how the distance does make a difference on your image. Y'all, I am losing light. I am trying to get this video done. I say good morning to y'all, but I always photograph them at night because if y'all heard me in the early mornings, I just don't sound okay. So anyways, we're gonna keep on rocking and rolling with this video, okay? Now in these next two images that I'm gonna show you, I'm really glad that I got this picture of this black skimmer, but there's nothing going on but like a blank sky with this particular image. So there's nothing really there. There's no texture, there's no nothing. In this next image though, you can see the buildings in the background. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the buildings either because, you know, the buildings have taken away land from our shorebirds here, but it kind of gives you a more interesting photograph because there's something there besides the bird. So when you are looking at your background, you kind of want to think about what's going to enhance this picture, what's going to make this bird stand out. Number 3, get some action shots. If you want some very exciting, interesting images, catch the bird flying, maybe flying with nesting material. Maybe they're eating something, or maybe they're stretching, or maybe they're giving you the stink eye. I don't know, but catch them doing something. You want something that's going to evoke some kind of emotion. You don't want to just take the birds just sitting around and doing nothing. But I will let you know this, if you start to study the different like bird behaviors and things like that, when you are out there in the field, you'll start noticing what they're doing, when they're going to do it, and then that way you can put yourself into position to be able to get the kind of shot that you want to be able to get. Now, if you found this helpful and you know that this is going to help you and it's going to help others, please make sure you hit that like button so that way they know that this was a good video and is able to help other people. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today, and I let you know that if you stuck around to the end, I would give you some tips on helping you out with some other photography genres. These 3 tips that I gave y'all today, getting on eye level, watching your background, and getting some action shots can be applied to taking photographs of your dogs, your children, your grandchildren. So whether you have fur babies or you have the 2-legged kiddos running around, if you want to take better pictures of the ones you love, definitely try applying these 3 tips to photographing them. If you all would like to see more nature, photography, and fun-filled adventures from me, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that way you don't miss any future episodes that are coming up. I do want to hear from you. Please let me know if there's something that you want to learn about. Go ahead and drop that in the comment section below. Please feel free to share this video with others, like other photographers, birders, and people who like to go on fun-filled adventures like your friends. Remember, you are awesome. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you later, alligator.